On OS Housing News at 7, Central Bank of Nigeria clamps down on accounts without BVN, NIN from April 2024. Respondents express mixed reactions to Ondo State government's upgrading of Rufus Giwa Polytechnic to university. Police begin investigation into attacks on INEC resident electoral commissioner. And from the foreign scene, Kenyan president rallies talks to accelerate Africa's green industrialization. Good evening. Many thanks for joining the news. My name is Remy Allen. We begin the news tonight with a directive from CBN. The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has announced that from April 2024, accounts without bank verification number, BVN, and national identity number, NIN, will be frozen. The CBN's directive was contained in a circular jointly signed by the Director of Payment System Management Department, Chibuzo Efobi, and Director of Financial Policy and Regulation Department, Aruna Mustafa. The bank said the directive was part of efforts to promote financial system stability and strengthen the Know Your Customer procedures in all financial. The World Health Organization, WHO, says climate change and its impact The United Nations has described as worrying trend the low participation of women in both politics in the current dispensation at national and state levels in the country, especially in the last 2023 general elections. It specifically said data collected showed that Nigeria is retrogressing in that regard, noting that women should wake up and challenge the status quo by not allowing the situation to dampen their morale. Representative of UN Women, Goromos Zephaniah, said this in Abuja during the inauguration of a new executive council for the League of Women Voters of Nigeria, NIFOWV. Zephaniah, while expressing his satisfactions about the initiative of women under the aegis of the Women Voters, said the measure was a step in the right direction to reverse the worrying trend of the retrogressing data of women in politics as revealed by the 2023 elections. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, said the Green Chamber House is working tirelessly towards fostering a more inclusive and empowering legislative environment for women. The decision of Ondo State government to upgrade Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Owo to a university continues to elicit divergent reactions from people. When operational, the institution will be the fourth university owned by the Ondo State government. Omoyola Ubeji reports.
Some years ago, Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics, ASUP, appealed to the federal government to upgrade all polytechnics to universities of technology to end discrimination against technological education in the country. This, the association said, to a large extent, is retarding the development of technical education in the country. Just recently, Ondo State government announced the establishment of a new university in Owo, which is expected to admit students for the 2024-2025 academic session. Under the new arrangement, the current polytechnic education system in Owo will coexist with the new university structure until it is gradually phased out. Is this a welcome development? Some respondents say the dichotomy and other discriminatory policies against polytechnics graduates in the country is tiring.
It will change the status of Ondo State, change the status of this very polytechnic, change the status of our community, and which we have a multiplier effect to the entire country. There are so many PhD holders who are academically sound, and in terms of structure, in fact, we have structures more than so many universities in Nigeria. Because TET Fund has really built. You see, look at TET Fund. You see everywhere you see TET Fund. We have enough structure. Then we have the human capacity to start as a university. Our government should allow staff to transit legally without losing anything. You know, there's a rule in place when you are moving from one institution to another, right? Yes. You don't lose your entitlement to the previous institution.
A lot of people will troop in. Some people they don't want to go to poly now. It will bring more students. At least the community will even see it for better. At least the population will increase.
Acting chairman of the Senior Staff Association of Nigeria Polytechnics, Rufus Giwa Polytechnic Owo chapter, Okoro Nafero, praised the decision but pointed out conditions to be met by the state government.
Coming on board of the new university, Ondo State University Owo, is a welcome development. But as far as our union is concerned, we are still studying the situation, but we have appealed to government at Akure that we need job security for our members, and we seriously believe that government will take care of that.
However, Head of Department, Mass Communication, Adekunle Ajashin University, Akungba Akoko, Dr. Gbenga Abimbola frowned at the decision, saying Polytechnic is the highest level of technological education, and for any development to thrive requires middle-level manpower production of Polytechnic.
Are we going to be a state without any Polytechnic any longer? The only Polytechnic we will now have will be the federally owned one, and that one cannot cater for all the needs and yearnings of those who want to go to the Polytechnic. For me, I believe that if anything, the government should be creating more technical colleges, monotechnics and polytechnics, because we need this. Our technology cannot be driven by the universities alone. Our economy cannot be developed by the universities alone. So go to China, go to India, go to other countries, Asia countries. They are investing in a huge manner in polytechnic technical education. So we need more of technical education.
Meanwhile, acting rector of the institution, Mr. Olonwa Adegun, says the institution has enough manpower, human resources, adequate infrastructure, among other requirements to transform.
We believe in it, and it is feasible and it is achievable. Of course, we are at almost at the end of the process. It will soon materialize. We have a number of staffs that host doctorate degree in their various fields of endeavor. So we have enough capacity, even more than enough, to do this job.
Ondo State government already has Adekunle Ajashin University, Akungba, Olusegun Agagu University of Science and Technology, Okitipupa, and Ondo State University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, and if successfully implemented, the State University in Owo will make it the fourth Ondo State-owned university. Omoriola Ngbeji, Osrc News.
The federal government, through the Nigerian Orientation Agency, has launched a compressed natural gas keke to cut down the high cost of transport. The tricycle is said to consume less fuel compared to the tricycles that use petrol, and as such, will cut down the cost of transportation to the barest minimum. Director General NOA Larry Issa said the project is focused on touching the lives of ordinary Nigerians, especially those living in the rural areas, and consonant with the President's renewed hope agenda. The DG said the federal government has established about 10,000 CNG stations across the country to ensure the availability of compressed natural gas to the users of the newly launched tricycles. He assured Nigerians that the CNG keke napep will drastically reduce the high cost of transportation. Increased trips on the Blue Line 13-kilometer rail corridor from 54 to 76 trips before the end of the year. Managing Director of the agency, Abimbola Akinajo, who disclosed this, also gave timelines for the completion of the second phase of the Blue Line and the commencement of operation on the Red Line. Akinajo said the second phase of the Blue Line rail project from Mile 2 to Okoko, which construction has started, will be completed in 2027. With infrastructure work expected to be completed this December, she said the agency is targeting the second quarter of 2024 for the commencement of commercial operation on the Red Line corridor. She added that no fewer than 1,000 electric buses would be deployed on the roads in the next 24 months, an effort aimed at exploring alternative fuel for urban mobility and cutting greenhouse emissions. The governor of Abia State, Alex Otte, has inaugurated the 17 local government transition council chairpersons with a charge to involve programs that align with the rebuilding agenda of government. At the Michael Okwara Auditorium in Umuahia, the capital of Abia, Otte admonished the newly sworn-in officers to prioritize the security and welfare of the people of Abia as they pilot the affairs of the local government councils. Speaking on behalf of other council bosses, the mayor of Umunochi local government area, Chief Undubisi Ike, said they will strengthen the security architecture in the towns and villages within their domain, thanking the governor for appointing them. Shortly after the swearing exercise, the governor in the company of his cabinet members met with a delegation of Bank of Industry BIO management led by the Executive Director of Corporate Services, Mr. Hussein Efiang, who came on a business visit to him. The number of aspirants jostling for the governorship position in Edo State swelled as Prince Kashim Afegwa, a former spokesperson of the President Ibrahim Babangida, has declared his interest to contest the position. Afegwa, a member of APC, said infrastructure decay, leadership deficiency, among others, as presently experienced in the state, made him to join the race with a view to correcting them. He lamented that the ruling People's Democratic Party in the state is engaged in needless squabbles and altercations, as Edo people are allegedly disoriented by the politics of pretense and high-handedness. He added that he is determined to make a big difference with positive impacts if elected. Kogi State Commissioner of Police Bertrand Omoha has ordered a thorough investigation into the attack on the residence of Kogi State Resident Electoral Commissioner Gabriel Lumpet in the early hours of yesterday. This was as the Kogi State chapter of the All Progressive Congress APC and Social Democratic Party SDP traded words over the incident. Kogi State APC Governorship Campaign Council urged the police, Department of State Services (DSS), and other security agencies to immediately arrest Ajaka and his supporters who allegedly masterminded the attack on the residents of the wreck. Debunking the allegations, Morisam Campaign Organization spokesman David Ijele strongly condemned the assassination attempt on the INEC Residence Commissioner. He said elections should not be treated as war, nor should it be a matter of life and death. This is Osrc News at 7. We'll now go on a short break. Please stay tuned.
Hard drugs will only make your life hard and make things harder for you. Think of the dangers of drug abuse to your life and future. Stop drug abuse today. Work on improving your life through refined daily routine. Life is good when devoid of drug abuse. This message is brought to you by the Ondo State Radio Vision Corporation, OSRC.
Many thanks for rejoining the news, or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC. Temijano bowed out of the civil service of Ondo State government after 35 years in active service. Mr. Temijano retired as Deputy Director in the Office of the Deputy Governor. OSRC's Zaid Aribisala reports that family celebrates the astute accountant.
The pen-down ceremony to mark the exit of Mr. Olaniyi Temijana from the civil service of Ondo State Civil Service in 1988 as a clerical officer on grade level 4. With his thirst for knowledge and commitment to self-development, Mr. Temijana, fondly called the future senator, rose to the post of Deputy Director Accounts, a position he officially retired from.
So signing out as Deputy Director Accounts.
Mentors and colleagues who executed assignments with the celebrant described him as a forthright individual who exhibited diligence in the course of his
We are celebrating because he has given a lot of the better part of his life